All right, guys, what's up? And welcome back to the page. I know it's been a minute. Me personally, I haven't really been making a lot of the table talk videos like this in a little while. Before we even uh, get started with what I really want to talk about, just for the sake of the YouTuber viewers and the people that are responsible for monetization and channel safety. There are no firearms present in this video. Everything that you see is an imitation. Everything that you see is safe. There's no BBs in the magazine for on anything that you see here. Okay. You're 100% clear. Okay. Safe direction. Boom. Nothing dangerous at all in this video. I do have a couple of airsoft toys with me. Okay. On my table. We do have the Sand Viper and the Pit Viper here. Okay, once again, 100% safe and clear. Okay, nothing in there. And also for the Pit Viper as well. Okay, 100% safe. Okay, we will be doing some manipulations today, and we will be taking down some stuff. I just want to kind of make a little video that I probably wanted to do for a while actually, but I just really didn't get the chance to make it. And I wanted to show you guys the status of my current build. Take a look at that. Yep, here it is. So currently, we got the Staccato C2 that we got recently. Currently have it outfitted with everything that I currently want on it right now. As you can see, for most of my builds, I like to just kind of slap on my TLR because it's outfitted with what it needs to be outfitted for airsoft. We got the lens on it to keep it from shattering in CQB or outdoors. And that is very good because this did break a few years ago and it sucked. So it's a good reason to kind of go out there, and if you can, grab yourself a nice little TLR. Okay. And we're running the Vector Optics Frenzy. Reason being is because we have a nice little co-witness right there. So yeah, co-witness is good. The what was it? The Chargicon RMR. I was gonna go with the Chargicon RMR, but I said, you know what? The Chargicon RMR really doesn't give you the ability to to have the optics sit in a way where you can kind of co-witness it. So I just said, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Vector Optics, and that's how it's gonna live probably for now. I'm working on a few other builds that I'm going to keep hush hush. At the moment, where's my phone? I always forget to get my phone out when I want to show you guys stuff. Oh, don't tell me I lost. Really? Really? Oh my god, on camera? Oh man, I'm an amateur. Yo, oh there it is. Yo, that's funny. It was looking at me the whole time. Okay. Yo, why do I always do that? It's so funny. Okay, so a couple things I want to actually show you guys. What I want to talk to you guys about. Yeah. So I'm right now, I'm currently working on some really insane build projects that I can't really go too much into at the moment. Some stuff that I think you're really gonna like for outdoors for sure. So outdoor gameplay and CQB. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Pretty much one build for each, and I'll give you a hint. These are not sidearms, okay? So I'll leave it at that. So we're gonna just take a look at the channel real quick, and I wanna kind of go over this again with you guys, just to just kind of reiterate on it, have to talk about it. So let's go to a recent video. Let's go to a gameplay. Yo, I hate these ads so much.
All right, guys.
Okay, pause. Okay, I hope you guys are enjoying that gameplay, by the way, too. But yeah, so let's go into my link tree here. Okay, so What I want you guys to be on the lookout for basically is I'm going to be doing a lot of members only updates, especially for the remainder of this year. So if you guys aren't tuned in, if you guys aren't registered for it by now, I mean, I think the lowest tier is about $1 and change or $2, somewhere around there. I'm going to be putting a lot of gameplay content and a lot of really other good content at that baseline tier. So if you haven't, please go ahead and check out the members only section. So you can go into the description on any one of the recent videos, look for this, okay, and check that out, right? And there you go. Recruit plan starts at $1.99. Okay, we got 30 plus videos. I am going to definitely increase this, and you're gonna see some really good stuff on there. What I'm gonna be working on right now, or actually what I am working on right now, the content for it is gonna be on this baseline tier. So go ahead and check that out. We're starting at $1.99, and you know it goes up from there. But mind you, all the content that you're going to be seeing here is going to be appropriate for each tier. So, you know, starting at whether it's $2 and then kind of going up there, when you go to the highest tier is going to be maybe $20, $24. You're going to have access to everything that pretty much is on the channel, plus all the other additional stuff. And when I say content control, I mean like you essentially will have a say in what I make. So definitely check that out. If you guys haven't, go and check out that members only for that members only content. Right now, currently we have, oh, there's a little hint, okay? So you gotta go check that out. Okay, that's what's good. That's what's gonna be coming. I'm not gonna spoil that surprise. We have some training in the dedicated soldier plan as well. Some handgun stuff. So go ahead and check that out. Currently we're at 10 plus. I'm gonna be updating it. And we also have the vintage VFC Umarex Glock 45 review. For those of you guys who have been on the channel for quite some time, you know exactly what this is. So go ahead and check that out. That's going to be insane, okay? Go ahead and do that. So that's it for the members only. And for the other thing I want you guys to check out, if you guys haven't, go ahead and check out we're gonna go ahead and find it. So when you go into the link tree, I know there's a lot of links, but I want you to look for two important things, okay? And that's the Discord server, right? We're popping in the Discord. We got guys, you know, pretty much talking about, you know, games and events and tech. So if you guys have questions, this is a good place to go and, you know, ask these questions. Go ahead and check out the Discord, okay? And the Patreon. So I need you guys to go check out that Patreon, support the page. Yeah, that's me. I got a ton of content here that I'm doing, you know, currently in Japan, whether it's fitness, you know, my clients, Airsoft, overall just culture, a whole bunch of different stuff. Go ahead and check that out. You don't have to pay. If you want to just be a member, that's cool. I do paid and non-paid content. We're currently at, look at that, 355 posts. I post pretty much semi-daily on here, so go ahead and look at that. So yeah, boom. Go ahead and check out my Patreon, okay? And here's the Discord. There it is. Boom. Okay. There you have it. Tactical Ashigurami TV Discord. And then from there, you just click on that and you're in. All right? So there's two things I want you guys to do, okay? Check out three things. Check out the members only for TAC TV, jump in the Discord, and jump into Patreon, right? All right, now that we're done with that, let's get into the gun. So, yeah, one of the major selling points of the C2, the brand new C2 from Staccato and EMG, is the internals, right? Right, so these internals are T8 steel internals. They're reinforced. And basically what that provides is a little bit more durability and resistance to damage and wear than having, you know, traditional aluminum parts that you see on a lot of other regular builds. 99% of the time, what you're seeing now is a lot of the high kappas that are coming out pretty much copy the same OEM and the same pretty much building or development scheme as Army Armament. So they're all Tokyo Model spec, you know, with the layout, the internals, pretty much, you know, trigger, hammer, all that stuff are for the most part the same or virtually identical. That way, you know, you can change your parts out and pretty much get your stuff pretty much solid. It makes it easier to source parts, right? That's one of the major things, the major differences are in terms of pretty much going with that exact type of system. And you're seeing it now, even with the recent release of the Staccato and EMG collaboration staccatos. This is one of the newer ones. They also have the compensated versions of the P. There's like several of them. I believe the CS, the C2, it's regular C2, and the XC, and the XL. I could be missing one, but there's like so many. But what you're looking at is pretty much reinforced parts, which is insane, right? So we're gonna take a look at this and we're going to show you guys what this means, right? So this gun, as you guys saw in the unboxing, has a lot of internal parts, a lot of steel, okay, inside of it. A couple of the things that really stand out are the steel sear assembly, the steel safety as well, the thumb safety, and more importantly for me, in my case, the steel hammer, right? So why is that important? A lot of builds don't have that, as I mentioned before. And this is a really big thing, right? So now that you can pretty much buy the whole entire gun and essentially have a whole bunch of steel in there, that makes it, you know, just a really like pretty much it's a steel. It's a steel, right? Together with all those steel internals. So yeah, steel sear assembly, steel hammer group, steel trigger. I think the trigger bar also that's in there is also steel as well. If you guys can kind of see that in there, it's real nice. Everything in that lower frame, for the most part, yeah. Also the chamber assembly as well. We're not gonna do too much, you know, disassembly on here. I just wanted to show you guys the parts and how they look for the most part internally, but not too much in depth, okay? And we'll do a little bit of a comparison. Now here, we got the Pit Viper. So I just want to show you guys this on camera too, because this is also Army Armament as well. And this is full CNC with steel internals, okay? That's one of the things that, you know, they kind of mention over and over again as a selling point. So let's get that out. There we go. As you can see right there, look at that. Very, very good. It's high quality. It's high quality. So when you look at, you know, the internal quality on the chamber housing and stuff like that, it's pretty much almost exactly the same. And this Pit Viper is a full CNC build out the box. So it has very good durability. There's not much that you need to fix, I would say, out of the box. So that's really nice. Okay. And that's the uppers. And then for the lowers, you want to take a look at that. There we go. I'll mix these up. There we go. Boom. Yeah. There we go. keep that organized for the most part, I think. That shoves out really nice. So you look at the lowers, the color's a little bit different on the Pit Viper. Has a little bit of wear because I have ran it a few times off camera. So it's got a little bit of wear on that part. But as you can see, the quality is still pretty high. Okay, let's take a look at that. Boom. Okay. Hammer's also really sturdy as well. These are both stock hammers. Now, you would ask yourself, okay, why do you need to go with the reinforced pistol? It's very simple, right? Now I'm going to pull out the Sand Viper, which once again is Army Armament. The reason why you want to go with the setup with the reinforced internals, well, this is in my humble opinion. Make sure I'm doing this correct. Here we go. Is quite simple, right? Now, for some reason, out of the box, this came with a skeletonized hammer that wasn't so sturdy. So this Pit Viper is CNC, full CNC. This Sand Viper wasn't. So this was pretty much the standard grade Sand Viper at the time. They didn't have the different quality Sand Vipers and Pit Vipers that you can do today. So if you go on what website? If you go on Airsoft Tiger's website, because I always post Airsoft Tiger, you will see that you can get different variations of both pistols. You can get, there's a standard variation, and there's another one that, what they call it, the high grade. I think that's what they call the high grade, which essentially is like CNC, right? High grade CNC. This one is full CNC. I don't think that it said high grade on it, but I do know that there's a version of the Sand Viper that has it's like a high grade, different color oxidization, sort of like a CNC build, right? That has pretty much these internals, these CNC internals, right? The ones that they put in the Pit Viper were marketed as steel, right? So they were a little bit sturdy. For the Sand Viper, that wasn't the case. So essentially, at about maybe, I would say 10,000 rounds or so, the hammer on the Sand Viper actually broke. Whoops. So the one that you see here, this is not the stock hammer, okay? I had to source this hammer and install it myself. I forgot which video I watched. There's like a video that shows you how to install a hammer in this particular frame by scratch. I'm not going to show you guys that with this video because, you know, nowadays they're playing with my views. I don't know what's going on. It's like I post a video and it's just insane. Anyway, I can't show you that video on here, but there's a video online. I can't remember the YouTuber's name, but it shows you how to replace this guy right here. So if you have a stock Sand Viper with a non-steel or non-T8 assembly, whatever the case is, hammer, eventually it will break, right? So it's skeletonized like this one. It looks almost exactly the same as this. The only difference is that this hammer here, this one, and I'll put it up for you, this one is kind of bronze to match the actual color of the barrel that comes with the pit. The hammer that comes with the Sand Viper is black, okay? And it's non-steel. So that one is gonna break on you. So it's pretty much like this hammer right here on the C2. Now, the good thing about the C2 is that the C2 already comes with this hammer pre-installed, right? So look at the quality on that. Look at the quality on you know, on that sear and all those springs and all those internals, right? The hammer itself is steel, right? Which is excellent. So now I have the same color as a stock hammer that comes with the Sandviper, right? This is Tokyo Marui spec. So everything you're seeing here is completely Tokyo Marui. I want to make sure I don't bring this all the way up so I don't make the safety spring, the plunger spring come out. But yeah, the same color and the same spec with all of the trades, pretty much the same exact design as the regular Sandviper hammer, but you have the durability of the one that comes with the CNC Pin Viper. Same durability. And this is a high quality hammer. So this one here, I don't expect it to break at all. So I'm going to show you that. So as I mentioned before, you have a lot of quality internals. Even the trigger itself is adjustable. So you can see that right here. You have a completely adjustable trigger. That's right there. Just like with the Pit Viper. Pit Viper has the same adjustable trigger, right? The Sandviper didn't come with that adjustment. So as you can see there, when I got this, it had no screw. So that was a standard. But these did. They came with all the high quality internals, right? Including that. A few of you guys mentioned something about the slide stop. It's still here. So at the current moment, I haven't ran this at all really in a game so far, but you know, I'd imagine that after some time in the summer when we get the chance, we'll see how this does durability wise. But as you can see right there, most of the paint is still on there. You know, despite it being an EMG, it still has held up really well. So this is the lower as well. That's the upper portion. It's the slide itself. Take a look at that. Okay. Still pretty durable. Still looks good. Still looks fairly new. I haven't switched out the sight at all. It still has the same fiber front. All I added was the optic, which is a vector optics. So as you can see right there, it's the other co-witness. So we can line up our dot and our sight perfectly. We can line these up perfectly. So I can see out of the rear sight and I can see the front sight from the rear. The other optics, they sit really high because of the height of the plate. So it's difficult to get that co-witness that you want. So, you know, with this, we can, there you go. You can see the dot. It sits exactly where you want it to sit. You don't really want anything too high with a setup like this. And this is just perfect. And yeah. So you have high quality internals. Also, the outer barrel is really, really nice as well. If you guys can't tell from the camera or from the angle, the outer barrel is really, really good, as well as the recoil guide assembly. Everything looks amazing on this. And we have a thread, so we can put on our tracers, suppressors, all that. It's a nice little tactical build that will be very, very active in the summer. So the current moment, this is how we're running it. TLR and vector optics. It's pretty solid with all these solid internals. And if you want to adjust this little trigger right here, you got to make sure you get a little Allen key and put that in there. And you can adjust it. I'm not sure if I should do that right now, but you see the little grunt screw right there. It's perfect. Okay. Yeah. And that's all we're going to be doing for the manipulations. So we'll put the other stuff to the side, right? So a couple of people had questions about the Staccato in general, like Army Armament and just all the other ones that, you know, are currently available. So this is the only one that I currently have that spawned from that collaboration of EMG and Staccato. The ones I had before were either EMG or Staccato. Like, for example, the Staccato XL is just Army Armament, and the Staccato XC is just EMG flat out. So I think it's really cool that they collaborated, and I think that's what happened. You know, through the, like 6mm. If you look at the box, you got all these different decals on it. So that means, you know, it's different companies involved. I think it's really cool that you have a product that has both, right? There's a few things that I like, and there's a few things that I don't like. I'm not a fan of EMG's quality when it comes to their paint, as well as the production quality on their stippled grip. This master grip is nice, but it's kind of like a production quality stipple. I think the stipple that they do for the Army Armament version is just way better. If you guys have seen the Staccato XL on my channel, like that is my ideal quality for hand stipple. It's not bad, but it's also not great, but it will get the job done, in my opinion. And I think it will last, but I think a good hand stipple will also last very well too. Because if you compare something like this to something like, you know, something like this, like on the Sand Viper, you might not be able to tell it, but even though it might even look really rough on camera, it's comfortable enough to where I can hold it and it doesn't prick my hands without gloves. So it just feels a lot more solid than holding like something that's like plastic, right? With gloves, it may not really matter that much, but you know, it does for some people. It's a kind of like a deal breaker, you know. So that's just one thing that I don't necessarily enjoy about this. Other than that, I mean, when we talk about like size, I think it's great. The weight is fine. I think what really is going to sort of drive it home is going to be the performance, or how well it's going to perform, you know, depending on what, you know, where you're playing or what environment you prefer, whether you're indoors, outdoors. Primarily, we play in Japan, so we only have access to, you know, low powered gas. So there's nothing really, I wouldn't say there's a chance to use anything high powered outside of life source. And I would not recommend that you put CO2 in anything from Army Armament or EMG. But if you do, that's entirely your prerogative. And when it comes to mag compatibility, so these magazines, these are definitely better than the ones that came with the Staccato XC. These are, I don't know, these are what? These look like Army Armament magazines. I think they are. So they're pretty good. The fill valve is in the same spot. And these are Tokyo Model specs. So these work. These are fine. Obviously, they go in. And as for your Army Armament magazines that come with the Pit Viper, the R614, or the R615, they also fit in perfectly as well. So you can run any magazine in this, and it is going to run perfectly, whether it's, you know, Tokyo Model spec or Army Armament or EMG. They all run quite fine. Yeah. So yeah, guys, yeah, if you have any questions, definitely go ahead and drop your questions. Okay. Let me know what you guys think. And thank you so much. And as I mentioned before, please check out the members only. Okay. Check out the Patreon. Check out the Discord. We're having fun in the Discord, guys. So go ahead and jump in. All right. If you have any questions about the Staccato C2, drop your comments. See you guys soon. Take care.